In the previous Cursed Weapons episode, we created enormous, gigantic weapons. We did that using the new upgrade on the weapon mixer. A new big button on the side of it. But besides this button, some of you might have also noticed a new lever that was added on the other side as well. It's called the reverse polarity lever. It's quite trippy what it does, and I'll explain the function of it later in the video, but before then, let's do something different. In all the previous episodes, we've been trying to create weapons that deal a lot of damage. But today, I don't want that. Today I want to create a weapon that deals not the most amount of damage, but the most amount of pain. The theme of this video will be pain. Let's create weapons that make the enemies suffer. Oh, and if you are new, this is a weapon mixer 7000. So basically what it does is you choose 2 or more weapons from the panel, then you press the combine button and out comes a combined weapon. To learn how to activate this machine, go watch episode 5. The sequence is still the same for now. Alright, let's create painful weapons. Alright, for our first weapon, let's pick up the Legos that are usually inside this bucket near the well. Then, let's put those Legos on the second panel. Let's select them. Now, let's choose a hand grenade. And if we press the combine button, out comes the Lego grenade. What do you think is the most amount of pain a human being can experience? Kick in the balls? Childbirth? Femur fracture? Penile fracture? Being a disappointment to your parents? Yes. Those are all really painful, but they're all nothing compared to the pain of stepping on a Lego. This item weaponizes that. Lego grenade consists of thousands of the most painfully shaped Legos. When exploded, it spreads these pieces all over the floor. In fact, so many pieces that a special landmine defusal squad is needed to clean up the area after. Set this off in a place where you expect the enemy to rush before they arrive there, and just leave. They might expect men with swords, pistols, rifles, sniper rifles, RPGs, tanks, but much like the Spanish Inquisition, they'll never expect Legos. So just find a place you know they'll rush into, and just throw the grenade. I would suggest looking away for the next part. A toy, turning all these men into pathetic, helpless Speaking of pain, let's choose the Barrett M82A1 semi-automatic 50 caliber anti-material sniper rifle. And let's combine it with an AK-47. And if we press the combine button, out comes the AK-50. Now, the idea for this weapon has been inspired by Herrera, who has been trying to create an AK-50 in real life, so I have to make sure to give him credit here. AK-50 is an AK-47 platform weapon that can fire 50 BMG rounds at the fire rate of a normal AK. Pain is the theme of this video, and this weapon surely delivers it to the victim as well as the shooter. You'll need the strength of about 3 full-grown men pushing up on your pelvis from behind to support the recoil of this weapon. But if you are smart, you can use the power of this weapon to your advantage. You can use it to travel faster. You can use it to strike fear into the enemy's morale. No, not that type of strike! Or you can use it to keep your wife occupied while you are having a temporary projectile dysfunction. AK-50, a truly versatile weapon.
What is up, you sexy YouTube mother lovers?
No, run! Alright, that was close. Now let's explain what the reverse polarity switch does. First, what you do is you use the machine normally. You choose however many weapons you want. And after you are done choosing, before you press the combine button, you have an option to pull the lever. Now, what that will do is, in some unpredictable shape or form, it will reverse the function of the weapon that was about to come out. It will turn any weapon into an anti-weapon, essentially. I know this is a bit confusing, so let me show you a few examples. Alright, for example, if we take the smoke grenade, pull the reverse polarity switch and press the combine button, out comes the fresh air grenade. Instead of deploying smoke, this grenade actually removes all the smoke, dust and pollen from the air. Next, if we take the flashbang, pull the reverse polarity switch and press the combine button, out comes the whiz-bang. As you might have guessed already, instead of blinding you for a few seconds, whiz-bang actually restores your vision 100%. As you can see, it works in a completely opposite way. As you can see, we are not wearing our glasses. Now, if we deploy the whiz-bang, we can see perfectly, crystal clear vision. But it goes back to normal after a few seconds. Let's take the incendiary grenade next. Pull the reverse polarity switch, press the combine button, and out comes the freezendiary. Have you ever watched Frozen and wished you had the same powers? Freezendiary. The power of Elsa in the palm of your hands. This switch also works with guns too. If we take the revolver, pull the reverse polarity switch, press the combine button, out comes the gyrovolver. Gyrovolver looks exactly the same as a normal revolver, but if you take a look at it closely, you'll see that instead of the cylinder rotating, you have to rotate the whole gun around to align the barrel with the next bullet. The cylinder stays gyroscopically stationary. Let's choose something bigger. If we take the op, pull the reverse polarity switch and press the combine button, out comes the bois. I am pretty sure you've guessed already what this weapon does. Now that we know how it works, let's create something painful. Now that we know how it works, I thought it would be a great idea if we took one of the weapons that we've already made in the previous videos and switched the polarity on it. You guys really liked the big scope from the previous video. If you haven't seen it, it was an op with a scope so big, if you looked through it, you could actually see the future. And if you looked through it backwards, you would be able to see the past. So let's take that weapon, put it on the second panel, choose it, let's pull the reverse polarity switch, then press the combine button, and out will come... Whoa. Holy shit. This is the complete opposite of the previous weapon. Instead of having a big scope and a smaller weapon like the last one had, this one has a minuscule scope that you can barely look through, but the weapon is f***ing massive. The previous weapon's scope was able to look into a different time, but the gun was just a gun. In this case though, the scope is just a scope, but the gun is now able to shoot a time-traveling bullet that can hit a target either in the past or the future. I'm not making this up. Look at this. You can set the date of which year, month, and the day you want to shoot this into. It's able to do this with a massive sized ammunition it's loaded with that can distort space-time. Just for comparison, a normal op shoots a .338 Lapua Magnum bullet, which is one of the most powerful long-range bullets. But the big op takes a 1,500 caliber, 500,000 grain projectiles, which I'm not even sure how you're supposed to load or unload. Apparently, you pull the trigger with your left foot, and then with your right foot, you pull the bolt handle up? Now that got me thinking. If we take the scope from the previous weapon and attach it to this one, we could make a weapon capable of attacking the future or the past with high precision. We could prevent pain and suffering. We could prevent thousands of mass tragedies in history. We could change the course of humanity for better. Fuck that. Instead, we're gonna use it to set the world record of the most amount of pain anyone has ever felt throughout the existence of humanity. And Chen is the man to do it. He's the relative of the legendary Jackie Chan, which means his full name is Chen? I don't know, does that sound offensive when I say that? What? In a few seconds, Chen is gonna text his parents lying that he failed med school. Then he's gonna jump on these lethal amount of Legos barefoot. And after that, he'll take the most painful nut shot anyone has ever taken. Probably still not as painful as being cheated on, but we'll see. So, this is Chen. And welcome to Jackass.